Welcome to part 3 of the Rails to the Beach series following the CBRL's work between the North Spit and North Bend. This short chapter will cover a switch at the new Lost Creek Rock Products customer and a little bit of the history of the site. We're back at the North Spit, where in spite of its rural appearance, is home to a network of diverse industries and trackage. After crossing the long COOS Bay drawbridge, the train's cut away from the empty log cars and is now shoving the aggregate cars towards the Lost Creek Rock Products spur tracks. These tracks once served a paper mill, but after 42 years of production, Weyerhaeuser Company closed its large pulp mill, which made cardboard from recycled paper. Production ended in 2003, and the mill was torn down in 2005. In March 2020, Lost Creek Rock Products Coastal Reload Yard repurposed the site. This multimodal, multi-commodity rail-to-truck and truck-to-rail industry is headquartered in Cresswell, Oregon, and deals in aggregates and forest products. This image of the Weyerhaeuser pulp mill is from the early 90s. Though the mill was torn down, the tracks remained in place. 2 spur tracks went south for the loading dock, and 1 spur went due west to the chemical plant, which is being shoved on right now. A few silent remnants of the old mill, such as this tank, stand by as the sound of flange squeals once again fill the air. These hoppers are 100-ton 2-bay Greenville Company-built cars. I found an impressive string of these cars on a train in Mapleton, only 5 months after this operation began. These off-spot hoppers were just pulled and set aside there, alongside the old paper mill loading dock. The attractive paint scheme uniformly applied to all the locomotives on the CBRL is a relatively new development. When the Port of COOS Bay took over the railroad operations, a very eclectic mix of power could be found running their rails, such as this lash-up I found at Danaba, Oregon in June 2019. However, it didn't take long for the port to start painting their locomotives all in the same paint scheme. The 1859 here looks like it's fresh out of the paint shop, as it starts a train out of Eugene Yard, just heading around the north leg of the Y in April 2020. Heading up the train now is the CBRL 1916, an EMD GP38-3, built as a GP35 in 1963 as Norfolk and Western number 210. With the hopper poles left on the dock spur, the train returns to the main line to get the log cars. The train will then tuck them away inside on top of the hoppers and leave them. visible here is the old highway before it was rerouted to its current position, just to the north of this location. In the next installment, we'll follow the job up the spur to the Southport Lumber Mill.